HHDG. Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And shout out to everyone tuning in right now through our Facebook group, HHDG, that's Hip Hop Discussion Group, as well as our YouTube channel. And as always, this is possible because we are a company, our family, HHDG Media Inc., that consists of myself, Wiki, Rock Vader KB, The Mayor, Skelly Top, and T Smith. As you can see, you can check out our website shown on the bottom banner, hhdgmedia.com. Check out our merch, latest music we put up there, events, and just more and more to come. For tonight, we definitely got to showcase these two talented brothers right here. Hip hop comes from two main cultures when it started out, and I love how these two are bringing their culture into the music and intertwining the language as well. You know, we need that. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from. Part of your culture should shine in the music and in the culture, not just the music. But with these two, you got a dope producer who's worked with some well-knowns, as well as some in his camp like Izzy Hot and the Mussolini, Big Moose, doing this thing right now, Ninth Wonder. Just dropped a project with what's his name again? Prophet De Niro recently. He did all the production on there. And he's continuously showing that he's diverse with his production. And, you know, I always look forward to, you know, seeing how people can challenge themselves. And he's definitely been doing that. As far as the MC that we also going to have here tonight, definitely smooth with it. You know, he got the content. He could be gritty with it. And he can also show that, you know, he's just suave. You know, the words are flowing, and he's killing the bilingual, you know, flow with it as well too. And that's, you know, it's not easy for some, but if you listen to him, it comes natural. You can tell. And it definitely got some dope work out there. Aside from their latest project right now, El Bautismo, which came out on my birthday, August 22nd of this year. So without further ado, we definitely gonna get into the album and, you know, their work that they've been putting in. So I'd like to introduce first Fuego. Peace.
Yo, what's going on, Ian? How you doing today?
Doing good.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that.
Appreciate it, bro.
And also, Blannco.
Yo, what's good? We here.
Here we go. There we go. Good. All right. How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Staying cool, man. It's hot as hell outside, man.
Yeah. I think this heat wave is supposed to be done in a few days.
I hope so, man, because it just came out of nowhere. It was doing okay, the weather, and then whole week got crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And for you, Blannco, how's the weather doing over there in Colorado?
Shit, it was touching 90s today. I was done for it too, man. I'm waiting for that fall weather.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely.
Dope. So before we get into the new album, you know, let the people know a little bit about yourself. So let's start with a Fuego. You know, let's talk about, you know, your early comings with the production.
Productions, whew. I've been producing maybe for like 15 years, hip hop. I first started rapping. That's how I got in the game. Rapping kind of like what Blannco's doing right now, English and Spanish. But
Mm-hmm.
it just didn't work out for me. I wasn't feeling that was the most potential that I can do. So what I started doing is I learned how to start scratching on records. DJ digging, beat battling, beat juggling, things like that. That was the thing that impressed me. And I used to look at people like the Executioners.
There you go.
Bob Swift. R.I.P. I can't even think his name right now, but
Rock Raider.
Rock Raider,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And people like that, I was into all that, types of scratching. People like DJ Revolution, just cutting up like crazy, making like words cut and making into sentences and things like this. DJ Babu, which I met him, when I was in high school, and DJ Cuber, people like that. I was always into that stuff. And by little, I start, understanding the process of making beats and things like that. And you know what? I was like, let me take a shot at this. I already know how to do these little basic things. Let me take it to another level. And little by little, I start getting used to things, understanding like hardware, software, things like that. And that's pretty much it. I come from the NPC world, but for the past 3 years, I've been using Ableton Live. That's what set my game up with Ableton Live. And some people say it's a little bit easier and things like that. I don't really agree with that, but with the program, we just communicate real nice. Me and the software going back and forth and things like that. So yeah, man. I've been getting busy. I took advantage of those COVID days. When everyone stopped making music, which I understand. Health is very important these days. I was just, cooking, go to studio, back and forth. And, I guess I was kind of risking everything, but, it has paid, it has paid a lot of at this moment.
That's good to hear, because, during those times, a lot of people, they were in such a slump, their mental health didn't allow them to push their creativity.
Yeah, it was rough for people. A lot of businesses closed. Some closed and some opened back. Some, they never came back. Other people, they got really sick. And then, unfortunately, other people, they lost their lives and things like that. But,
yeah,
how it is sometimes, what can you do?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Blannco, how about you? How was your early come up?
Shit, I started early just with music, period, and shit. I'm originally from Panama. So, we got that salsa, the reggae and all that. So I was in tune with that shit young and shit. I was like, oh shit. My mom cleaning the house on Sunday and shit and playing salsa music. I'm like, I could smell it to this day and shit. So, and hip hop was just, I grew up out here. So it's like, that was automatic and shit. So I started rhyming at an early age and shit. And all my older homies was like, yo, you nicer than me and shit. I was like, okay. So I got some here and shit. So, I stuck with it, little by little and shit. And I decided to get my equipment one day and was like, it's over from there, and just, study the craft and practice. And, now we here and shit. So
That's dope.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, Fuego, you also go by Jose Cienfuegos.
Yeah, that's actually, my real name. I use my real name because, future, I want to do music scores. So I wanted to use my real name. I wanted to make a statement too, but for short, people, they call me Fuego, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's fine either way. So it don't really bother me, But, that's how I like in the credits, my full actual name.
Got you. And how long have you known the Mussolini that you are?
I know him for 16 years,
Okay.
I'm audio production school here downtown in the West Village. And we both had the same classes, and we had the same kind of ideas from back in like 2005 and things. That's when I met him. From each day, we had, I would go to his house and just record, things like that. It's been a long way coming. Hasn't been that easy.
Yeah, because he's been putting it down for a minute now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, man. He deserves what he's doing right now. He deserves it 100%.
Yep. Yeah, because I remember one of his early joints. What was it? Not It was Pharaoh Don was the first project that I heard by him, and then from there, when I started checking, that's when I heard the MSG album.
Yeah, the MSG. Yeah.
Summerfly.
Yeah, MSG. Yeah, I was on that MSG. That was like, because he was putting like a crew together. I was like a little late addition to that. And I came through, and I made that final cut of MSG track. I think I'm on that song called Spanish Food. I think it's like track 12 or 13. And the title, he did what he did on that track with Spanish Food. Arroz con pollo, pollo guisado, and he's talking about this uptown shit, and the Heights, Dykeman type of vibes, and kind of like people I'm known for being a lot of instrumental things like brass, keyboards, obscure samples and things like that. So it fit the project.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, as I was saying in the intro, Blannco is doing a great job with, flipping between the English and the Spanish.
Oh, definitely.
But it's not just the lyricism, it's also your production, if you how it intertwines. Now, me being a person who's grown up around different Latin people, whether it be Puerto Rican, Dominicans, Cuban, Panamanians, I picked up on, the language early, certain
right.
things, I can understand to this day now, but it's not just the language, it's also seeing the culture firsthand. So, when you listen to the latest album, El Bautismo, you kind of get that feel.
Oh yeah, you do. Blannco, he was really clever with the hook and the writing format, and it was a good chemistry on the beats. He did a very good job. I mean, how this all started, we dropped a single with Mussolini and Blannco called Worth Gold. And from there, we took on, and, little by little, I was sending him batches. And, we're going back and forth through the whole time of this whole process, try to drop this. And, it finally dropped August 22nd. And, now it's streaming everywhere.
Yep. Let's give the people a little glimpse of that video, Worth Gold.
Oh yeah, definitely. It did well. It made a lot of playlists. And a lot of people were enjoying it. I know in the south of Italy, people were enjoying that that single.
Yeah, let me put that up real quick.
Okay.
Know what I mean, baby? Like ever since I could remember, I've been popping gone, Moose. Listen, Cashmere, Ozzy doing donuts in the Mozzie. It's summer getting spicy, niggas trying to play karate. Me, I'm smoking hella flavors, watching sharks fight the gators, crocodile skin, court side with the players. Won't fuck with junkies, fly ass nigga, man. I don't do the bungee without Bundy. I'm out west. Centerfold in the breast, popping out of chest. Baby. On Melrose, smoking on the Zaza. In the white tee, now I know designer. A real P, making plays out of China. Bet you about $1, I'ma get mine. Surfboard every line, I be on for them. By the Pump Plaza, these niggas like 40 still pumping the product. Fake jewelry, talk a whole lot of nada. I'm sipping Henny with collidas. Penthouse on the top floor. You know I got it off a home. Diamond rings when we on the road. You know I got it off a home. There's more money to go. You know I got it off a home. And this game worth gold. You know I got it off a home.
She like to stack the dough up until it won't fold money. In the silk robe like Q has with a snow bunny. They like to smell the flavor until they nose running. Paint me in the portrait because my post stunning. Got the whole stumbling. My claws wanting a number you couldn't count. So let's just keep it 100. Bring the sound to the function. Who better to see? How you want it? I thought I told you it's whatever with me. Main bitch, bag the creamer. Bad bitch, hold the Nina. You call me the. That's why my fat bitch in the cocina, Mamma Mia. Even my old bitch trying to meet her, but I told her you can't fuck with me, so just suck the D a little slower. If you ain't know what now you know, so get familiar. Ask Cobra how to move and rock for La Familia. 8 balls at the billiard. Alpaca dragging on the floor for when it's chilly.
Penthouse on the top floor. You know I got it off a home. Diamond rings when we on the road. You know I got it off a home. There's more money to go. You know I got it off a home. And this game worth gold. You know I got it off a home.
That's crazy.
That fire. That fire.
Yeah, no one's finding that, by the way. No one's finding that shit.
Blannco, he's going off on that one too.
Yeah, man, they work well together, back and forth. You know, they got a good chemistry also, and you know the track came out hot. You know, I was happy with this. I'm satisfied how it came out.
Yeah,
and
Moose,
liking it too. So you know, it was cool.
Yeah, Moose hit me up. He's like, "Yo, I need you on this." I'm like, that took me one night. I like sent that shit right back. I'm like, let me go in real quick, you know. So that's how it came out.
Now, Fuego, you were saying that the Mussolini was, you know, slowly building up, you know, his team, you know, for the whole Pharaoh music group. Let us know about some of the other people. I know I mentioned Izzy Hot already.
Yeah, well, we got Izzy Hot. We got Prophet De Niro, which I just dropped an album. I think it was second. That's a funny thing, you know, another 20. And you know, we dropped the album called Playing with Fire. You know, a little bit more jazzy, melodic, street style. You know, great life experience tracks. Then we got O Finesse. You know, everyone knows O Finesse.
That's right. Yeah.
Then we got Put Work, another artist on the team. A little versatile, you know, he can do a little bit of everything and things like that. And then we got for inside producers is myself, Calico the Hitman, Rewind the President. That's pretty much the team right there. And there's a little bit of other people too, you know, that do things behind the scenes and things like that.
Dope. And I know you work with a few of the Lord Mob people as well. G4 Jag and Flea Lord.
Yeah, man. That you know, with G4 Jag, it was crazy because it's during the time of COVID, and that's who we locked in the studio, you know, like 3 to 4 times a week when we're going to downtown or we're going to Yonkers and record. And we banged out that whole album pretty quick. It was like a little small EP. You know, I think I'm on track 2 or track 3, one of those. You know, with Flea Lord, that was like my first kind of like big track that, you know, did well on like Soul Assassins radio multiple times. You know, if you catch that station, I think they played on West Coast time, like 3 a.m. So, you know, if you got Sirius XM, you know, you can tap into that. And yeah, man, it was a great track, man. A lot of people were enjoying that Summer in New York track. It was called with Moose and Flea. So, you know, thank them over there on their side that, you know, appreciate giving. You know, Flea, he's a big time artist now. You know, he deserves what he right now.
Definitely. So Blannco, you diverse with the delivery too, as we seen on the video and on the new album. Where did that all, you know, come from? I know you was talking about, you know, growing up with the salsa and everything, but
You know, just studying the game, you know, studying the artists I like, and you know, just piecing myself together and mixing it with my culture and shit. So I mean, that's how it's just getting better and better. You know what I mean? Just I try to keep that smooth style, that smooth flow. You know, hit them with a bar here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Then hit them with the Spanish, translate. You know, just get crazy with it. So I mean, thank God, you know, it's accepting well. So
And last year you dropped what was it? Gracias a Dios.
gracias a Dios, yeah. Yes, sir. Around the same time too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now between that album and this album, what would you say is different or that you learned coming into this album?
I think gracias a Dios. I took a while on that, just trying to find the right beats. I mean, it got a lot of different producers on there too. It got my boy Eddie James. It got one of Calico, got one of Tony T. I think Clever Schemes is on there. So it was just trying to piece it together with all kind of different production and really trying to find that sound. I mean, I think it's a little more on the grimy side. This one I wanted to get fly with all, like the horns and shit that Fuego doing and keeping it Spanish sounding a little. So I wanted to keep it fly, and then we came up with the concept with the movie Pedro Navaja. Fuego, I sent it to me one day. I'm like, I didn't know they had a movie back from the 50s and shit, and it just gave me that vibe, that old 50s classic, you know, piece shit. So
I gotta check that out.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the movie's free on YouTube too, so if people want to check it out, you know,
okay,
they can type Pedro Navaja's, you know, classic movie. You know, definitely people should check it out. You know, it's like, you know, Superfly and all that type of shit. You know,
gotcha.
All that type.
Superfly, Pedro Navaja, he like kind of like a pimp, and he got the gold tooth. He the Spanish motherfucker, crazy dude and shit. So it kind of we just went with that Pedro Navaja vibe, and it all derives from a song called Pedro Navaja by Ruben Blake, a famous Panamanian salsa singer. And it's all just intertwined with all my culture and shit, mixing shit up, and you know, came out. Yes, sir.
Now, when did you start coining yourself the new Willie Colon?
It's been about 3-4 years now. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I was the old Willie Colon, man. It's the or seasoned up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, 4 years I've been. Fuego been seeing me. That's how he got the little hint of doing the Spanish type, you know, feel with the salsa samples and all that. So, yeah, that's what it is.
That's dope. And you know, just like Willie Colon. I mean, look at all the different instruments that he was capable of playing.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, look at and I was mentioning before how diverse, you know, your lyrical skill and delivery is. So
it kind of you feel me? Yes, sir.
Dope. Now, what else? What other video you have? The video out right now. Actually, Like This came out not too long ago, and then the new one that came out.
My
Love. Yeah.
My Love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got the old school car in there too.
Yeah, so that's, you know, going back to the movie and shit. If you watch the movie, he got the car pulling up on the hose and shit, like, and then, you know, it's crazy because the order that I'm doing the videos is the order of the album and shit. So who knows? We might do a video to fuck every song. You know what I mean? Me and Frank already planning to go to Miami. You know what I mean? Get down over there, do some real fly shit.
There you go.
Miami, shouts to Miami 305.
Yeah.
You know, we try to do something new. You know, usually the playlists or albums are kind of sound similar these days. You know, they got repetition, and you know, when we started doing this project, we just wanted to do something a little different. You know, so people can enjoy themselves. You know, repetition is cool, but you know, we just wanted to change things and be ourselves and things like that. You know.
Exactly.
And so far, people have been enjoying it, man. People are thanking us, you know, saying that, oh, thank you for doing this type of stuff. Because this sound was kind of, you know, not dead, but it was a little hidden. And, you know, it's back, you know, and we're trying to, trying to do something new, you know, make our own lane, own wave, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel, you know, no matter what culture it is, sometimes I think people kind of shy away from speaking their native language in the music, like it's going to hinder them. But it's really opening up to, you know, so many more listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when people can speak their language, the culture from all across the world, you know, global.
I think people shy.
Stand up.
They
Say that again.
I said I think people kind of shy away from doing their native language in certain markets and shit, like in the English market, do Spanish rap. People shy away from that because that's not what they used to and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like
I see what you're saying.
I ain't feel, or it's like an English dude trying to rap in Spanish. Spanish motherfuckers be like, nigga, just do what you do. You know what I mean? But to combine them and make it like sound good. Takes it take a long time just to walk like this. Yeah.
And who did the album cover, the artwork?
That was Huey P.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The team covers, and for everyone else, a lot of people hip hop, a lot of covers. You know, he's really a guy. You can see what he does for other people's album cover. People enjoy those type of covers and things like that.
Yeah.
You can see what Moose did with Ninth Wonder and Crisis. You know, Huey's done all those. So
yeah.
But the
woo, okay, those are hard to find, man. Like when we went to the shows, man, they were flying off like this, man. Like
and straight
little upset because they couldn't get a copy and things like that, man. They were going quick. I got mine too. You know, I got mine on ice. I probably won't open it never, but you know how DJs, you know, you buy 3, you know, you keep one on ice and then you fuck up and then, but you know, you got to reserve 1 copy at least.
Absolutely, yeah. He does a lot of dope work, man.
Oh yeah.
And the thing about our cover, it's inspired by Willie Colon and Hector Lavoe's photo shoot. You know what I mean? And just taking that culture again and that style, and just adding it into the artwork and shit. So it all come together. I'm the new Willie Colon, and Fuego is Hector Lavoe, baby. What's poppin'?
Yeah, there you go.
Shouts to them, man. Legend.
Any you tend on possibly doing any cuts in any future production? I don't think I've heard any cuts.
Oh yeah, what the funny thing is, a couple years ago, I lost my whole vinyl collection and turntable. You know, and I got a call like 2 weeks ago that this lady has kept everything for me in a storage. And I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, because someone told me I lost everything, so I never really got it. So the lady, she got in contact with me and she told me I gotta go pick it up. But yeah, I got my turntables, my Statin, my Rain mixer, and things like that. So soon, I'm gonna start doing cuts, and yeah, I'm into doing cuts for like for like hooks, intros, and things like that. Like I said earlier, like Executioner, Babu style, the famous DJ Premier style that the cuts were coming in, they would just killed it. But yeah, I think that's a lot of lost art with people that in songs in these days that they don't really do that much cuts and things like that, and they might do a little bit back and forth, but it's not really serious, especially songs are real short in these days, not like back in the days, you got three verses and the song is long. Now songs are like maybe 128 to 224 and things like that. So but yeah, definitely. Actually, on the album I'm working right now called The Cotton Club, the intro has cuts. I just did a little bit more different. But now that I'm getting my turntables, I'm gonna use wax on things like that.
Okay.
I've been collecting vinyl for many years. I remember going to Fat Beats on 6th Ave.
There you go. That used to be my spot too. Yeah.
All types of records. There was a spot in Brooklyn back in the days in downtown Brooklyn on Fulton Street called Beat Street, and they had
Music Factory.
Yeah,
I used to go down there too.
Instrumentals. I mean, they had 7-inch singles, 12-inch singles. I mean, 45s. I mean, they had everything.
Had their own reggae room and everything. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, man! I will save my money sometimes. I'll get some money. I would just save and then just go buy all these records. But yeah, Fat Beats was amazing. They just had everything. Shouts to DJ Eclipse.
Absolutely, yeah.
He was well informed and he knows a lot about records. And I remember I was going to school when I met with Moose and during lunch breaks at this job I was working, back in the days. All the money I used for tips, I would go to Fat Beats and I would ask him if they got the Lord Finesse album, Funky Technician. He was like, hell no, man. Like, if I don't got it, you guys can't have it and shit like that. It was just funny, just going there every time, getting, EP&D records, and, it was just great fun back in the day.
Yeah.
Definitely cuts. Yeah, man. I think it needs it,
Yeah,
it gives a flavor, You never know. I might cut some like Eddie Santiago, some Willie Colon, whatever.
Don't get me started.
Maybe grab something like off of this joint right here.
Oh,
there we go.
It's funny because when I was going to engineering school where I met Moose, I met a professor named Bernie Fox here in the Bronx, and in the 70s he was like the main audio engineer that was mixing all these records and things like that here in New York City, downtown, like on 57th Street. So I remember class, he will meet all these like Tito Puente and all these big time acts, and he's like main recording and mastering engineer. And you check all these old school salsa records, if you see the name Bernard Fox, that was my teacher, Bernie Fox, and the whole time he was telling us about that, about he was one of the main engineers doing all these salsa, recording these salsa records when they will come in New York City to record these albums.
Oh.
Shout out to Bernie Fox.
See, this is what I enjoy about interviews. You find out information like that you probably would never find out about. That's dope, though.
Yeah. And you go to, I don't know if they got any vinyl stores where you're located or anything. Or old. Sometimes a lot of stores just carry jazz and other types of genres. Sometimes other genres get missed out,
Yeah, there's only one store on Staten Island that I go to. That's Major Records. But for the most part, like if I go in the city, like if I go in Manhattan, I still go to Rock and Soul, which relocated. I think they're on like 34th or 31st Street in Manhattan right now. Yeah, it's a smaller spot than what they used to have, but they still got a lot of different music to be in there for I was going through.
Times, yeah, Rockin' Soul, yeah. You know, they had other stores, unfortunately, in the West Village that, that unfortunately they're not there anymore. But I remember there was great stores out there back in the day. Even in places like Corona, Queens, where I used to live at. There was a spot that they just had all the Spanish records, from like Jose. I mean, the list goes on, but they were really expensive. It was great times. Too bad these stores, unfortunately, they go out of business, or someone maybe passes away, and they can't really continue the business anymore.
Right. And it's amazing now because look how well vinyl has been selling year after year now.
It really has. It really has. People are enjoying it. There's a lot of collectors out there. Resellers, DJs, people from overseas and here in domestic. They love vinyl. I have a friend that he just told me that he got rid of all his CDs and streaming services, and he just started buying all these type of records from not even hip hop, just all types of records. He just wanted to come back from work, turn on the Techniques turntables, and listen to something good. That warm analog feeling is great.
Yep.
There
you go. Yep. Mm-hmm. Blannco, tell us the origin of your name.
Blannco, shit. I came probably middle school. You know what I mean? All my other homies. I used to be like Johnny the Bull. Fucking, I had a couple Johnnies and shit. But then one of my homies this shit like Blannco and shit. I'm like, ooh, there you go. You know what I mean? I like Benny Blannco from Carlito's Way. You know what I mean? That's how I took it. Just kept it. Now I had to add the extra N on there though. No, there's too many Blancos out here. It's crazy.
Word. Benny Blannco, that's crazy. Classic movie too, Al Pacino.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
John Leguizamo.
There's a track, Max Bell off It's Whatever With Me. With what's his name? Eddie James.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That was a dope joint. Now, at the time, I didn't know about the EP until like maybe earlier this year. I think it was like maybe January, February.
Right.
And they came out last year, right?
I think that came out 2-3 years.
Oh, okay.
Might have been like 2 years, yeah. The homie Ford Lynch produced that from UK. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but check him out. Right. So Max Bell, the one with Eddie James. Yeah, I call that Max Bell because off this English movie or something. I was like, just to connect it with the English producer and shit, just call it Max Bell or something like that.
I said 2021.
2021. Oh.
Okay. Dope. One thing we didn't ask yet is how the two of y'all met.
Well, I think we went on tour and we went to Colorado Springs. I think that was like the first meeting. I think face to face.
Yeah. Nah, I think it was in Denver.
Oh, was it Denver?
Yeah, with the.
Oh, that was the Boldy James Griselda tour. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a crazy tour. Yeah, shout out to Denver for having us. It was my first time in that area, so yeah, it was great. Yeah, and from there, I think we just Blannco said that Moose hit him up for that verse, so and from there, we just ran with that,
Mm-hmm.
dropping Autismo.
Just sent me little packs here and there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
slowly choosing what I'm trying to fuck with, and then we was like, fuck it, let's make a EP. At first, we're gonna make like five songs or 6 songs. Then we was like, nah, let's make it complete and full and something that the people gonna enjoy. So
Definitely.
yeah.
Dope. Who chose the song titles?
I did most of the titles, yeah.
Yeah, Blannco did a great job for organizing the like the track list, making the songs make sense. You know what songs gonna come right after, what's gonna start first, and things like that. So that's a good thing about Blannco. Most rappers don't have that type of idea. He was really good at choosing titles and organizing and arranging the album, how it's gonna sound.
And it arranged itself. Like as I did the song, then I will put it in the mix of that order. Like from the first 2 or 3 songs, I already heard it going and shit. Then either was gonna be the intro, and then like this, I'm like, all right, let me get the moose on there and shit. So I'll hit him with that second, and then the third one came was what's the third song on there?
The third song is Like This.
Nah, that's not counting the intro. What's the third song?
Oh, A Mile Up.
A Mile Up, yeah.
Oh, A Mile Up. Yeah, that was right after I did those 2. So as I'm recording the songs, and I was like, yeah, this is the order already. It just came like that on this one. That's kind of how it worked. I just I take my time with shit and really understand the order and fucking how it sounds together and what beats I'm choosing. You know what I mean? That's gonna fucking flow together good, even though they 2 different types, joints. So just have a feeling for that.
And then you mentioned Mussolini being on. You also have Vex the Villain.
Vex the Villain, shout out to Vex.
Eddie James, as we mentioned before.
Eddie
and what's the other?
Vittorio, yes sir. Vino
Blannco. That's a clever name too.
A crazy joint.
Yeah.
It popped right in my head right when I hit him up and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna call this, Blannco. That white wine, baby.
You've been saying that this album's been getting, a lot of praise, and one of the major radio shows I listened to, Southern Vanguard Radio, was rocking a few joints off the album about about a week or 2 ago.
Yeah. Shout out to Southern Vanguard, man. Those are the dudes right there.
Oh yeah.
It was jamming to that shit. I was like, yeah, go ahead, baby. Go ahead, feel that.
Yeah.
Anybody else, been reaching out to y'all since, the album's dropped?
Shit, just, random people from everywhere, from different parts of the world. Old friends that wasn't around no more popping up and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah. Thurston Howard III, man, he threw me that shout out, man.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, shout out to him. That's the big bro and shit.
Yeah, major respect right there.
Oh, definitely.
Now with the production on here, I know, most people when they do their projects, they have some other tracks that, you know, either put it to the side for maybe something else, or, you know, you just, you know, you started something, you know, okay, we're gonna just hold off on, you know, working on this, and might be something else later in the future. Did y'all just do everything and it's here on El Batismo?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't really like doing throwaways and shit, or like, you know what I mean? But I mean, I think there was one of them because I thought it was Fuego's beat, but he was like, nah, I don't got this one and shit. Well, again, trying to get the stems. So I was like, okay, well, I just put that to the side.
Said Butterfly.
Huh?
He mentioned in the comments, he said Butterfly.
Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
You working on another video?
Yeah. I got one on the 15th for front page. I mean, it's gonna be some fly shit. I mean, putting that together as we speak.
Okay. And paperchase.com gonna be releasing that one as well?
I'm not sure yet, but
okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple outlets out there, you know.
Yeah. Just want to spread the love and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got you. Let's give the listeners one more visual. Which one you want to show them? A mile up or like this?
Go ahead, choose, Fuego.
Put that like this real quick.
Okay.
Take a long time just to walk like this. Let me show you. She say you speak too much, Poppy. Shut up. Take a long time just to talk like this, man. I know, but I ain't just saying that. You could only see me paga. Goatee shining like Pedro Navaja. She know I put the flavor in the pipe. You be wondering what if I have her screaming, ay. You niggas are stiff, no saber bailar, nah. Tell them I gave you a gift, hope de nada. I cook up your cocino, bitch singing corrido. That's just how I like it, with a little bit of sofrito. Go get your abrigo, going where the sun don't stay. Watch these niggas freeze up while we let the trumpets play. You could only see me sin paga. My goatee shining like Pedro Navaja. She know I put the flavor in the pipe. That's what I do, niggas stiff. I have her singing, ay. Tú no sabes bailar, nah. Nigga, tell him I gave you a gift. De nada,
Like this.
Back like this. For those that want to go see the whole video, I'll put the link in the comments.
Yeah, just in case they missed it.
There you go. Smooth with the flow. The swag.
Move like mantequilla.
With them horns on there right there. That's the culture right there, man.
Yeah, man. I know, like, you know, Just Blaze, he's known for horns too and brass and things like that. Yeah, man, try to make it, you know, kind of like a salsa record, you know, want people to get up on the floor and dance, driving music, you know, all types of vibes that people can catch, you know.
Well, I heard that. Like, oh shit.
I usually don't use drum breaks, but I used it on this and it just sounded perfectly. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it like this.
Yeah, definitely good, man. Now with your production, aside from like you just mentioned, drum breaks, what's your go-to, or just sometimes people don't even actually go to it purposely, but it's natural for them to pick that type of sound or samples.
Well, I've been collecting drums since 14. People have been handling like drums libraries out there, so I got, I mean, over like 8,000 more sounds of just hi hats, kick,
Mm.
snares, open hats, percussion. So that's why sometimes I don't use drum breaks. But lately, I'll chop a drum break up, but maybe I'll just use a snare and I'll use my own kick and put my own hi hat to it. But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a drum break. There's great drummers out there. You want something. But for me, sometimes I just like to do my own drum programming, and trying to give it a more little flavor myself.
Hmm.
But yeah, drum breaks are cool. I know they're really popular in these days. Really popular in these days. But with all the sounds that I have, I'm like, man, I love going through like 50 kicks or 100 snares just so it makes sense to drums and things like that. That process is that I like.
It's fire, fire. Mm. My uncle put me on to DJing early, and
Mm.
one of my stories I always tell is his equipment when I was younger was at my grandmother's house. He had a whole separate room stacked full of records and everything. And there's certain times where the equipment wasn't hooked up. And then one day I was over there and he came in and he saw everything hooked up. And he looked at me, he was like, "You did this?" I was like, "Yeah." So it was like from there he started, he saw that I was eager to learn. So started showing me everything from there.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're great drummers. One of the guys I like was Max Roach. Someone back in the days put me on to Max Roach, aka Mr. Hi Hat. And just the swing that these guys are doing. That is just crazy how they make these drums sound really good. They make their own grooves. Which sets things off right away with drums.
Definitely. Also, which was just announced today, El Batismo is also on CD.
Oh yeah, we
Sir,
had to give people what they wanted.
There
got
you
that
go.
art for you.
There's a lot of people out there that don't have streaming services. They're more old school. They love the physical copies instead of. People get confused sometimes how to use these things. So yeah, we had to give them see physical copies. People still got CD players or maybe on their computer or they want to just ride it in the whip, pop the CD, and plus, kind of CDs kind of sound good. They have that little crispy feel to it, kind of. And yeah, man, CDs are available now. Shipping worldwide, domestic, all over the world, international.
Don't need a side, baby. Universal.
There you go. And I just put the link up there for everyone to go support.
Yeah, man.
Plus,
Being copied
there you
right
go.
now.
Look, there it is right there.
Mm.
With the great artwork, track list in the back. Everyone's credits. Yeah, Bautismo.
Fire.
About Ismo, baby.
And being that we are talking about the physical copies and the website, tell us about Now Everyone Will See Art and Entertainment.
That's the independent label with me, O Finesse, Basement, and Eddie James. The four of us is news, arts, and entertainment. Eddie James is the crazy producer, you know what I mean, make crazy beats and rapping and shit, and old finesse is killing shit, you know what I mean, and then myself and Basement is like the mastermind. That's like my older brother and shit.
So where did the highly cool line come from?
Oh, that's all finesse and Basement. I mean, yeah, highly cool merch out for sale. Go check the website out. Gave him the link. I gave you the link in. So you could put on the comments. Yes, sir.
Yeah, put that up. Definitely. You got some people definitely supporting. You got the company. That's why up in there right now tuning in. We also got a Coop Art. Does some ill artwork. He just did the artwork for Southern Vanguard Radio's book that just came out recently.
Okay, that's what's up.
Salute.
Yeah, definitely salute.
I don't want to mess up the person's name, but I shout them out as well. That that they appreciating the interview.
Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all, man.
So for Blannco and Fuego, what else is going on, in your life that you'd like to let the people know about outside of music? Everything good with y'all?
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Staying busy, man. That's how you keep the blessings going and shit. So staying busy, doing what I love to do. You know what I mean? Family around, so everything good right now.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, how about
me?
Yeah.
Doing good. I'm on the up, trying to maintain. They always say life is a struggle, but it's really more mental over physical.
It is.
Oh, you got to be strong.
Yes, sir.
You definitely got to be strong. There's ups and downs in these things, but yeah, you got to have a plan and execute. And hopefully everything goes well.
Definitely. Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, before we go, I got just a few more questions, and one I like to ask people is, you have people that inspired you with the DJing, the MCing, and production, but is there a certain artist or producer or DJ that you like to work with?
You talking to me?
Both. This is a question for both of you.
Artist or a producer that I like to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple, but I'm gonna start with the home team. You know what I mean? Calico, Fuego, my dude Eddie James. The list goes on in the camp and shit. So, and I'm just focused on that right now. I'll dip out of it, but just there's a lot of work to do within the camp right now. So, and there's just the start of it. So, we gonna get right back to work, huh, Fuego?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Definitely good to hear. Overall, when people listen to El Batismo, what do you want them to get from this dope album?
That's a good.
I want to just relax. You know what I mean? Take it easy, man. Have some fun. I mean, sometimes you're a little too stiff and shit. You're worried about everything, and relax and have some fun and enjoy the day. You know what I mean? The journey is long, so enjoy the day right now.
Yeah, definitely be positive.
Yeah, positive. Yes, sir.
Well said. Well said. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I think the main thing is having a organic, relationship and when it comes to creating music. You know, sometimes, you know, you can't always tell, but certain collaborations is definitely business type, whereas other times it's more of a friendship, family.
Right.
And you know, when I listen to the album, you know, it feels like y'all have known each other for quite some time. And then
Yeah.
I think that always brings out a lot of great music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we click. Me and Fuego click. Like we just, you know, when it's understanding and respect, and you know, we here to do the same thing and shit. It comes natural, and you know,
Natural. Exactly.
so it's just it's love. We family now. It's la familia, baby. You
Yeah.
already
There you go. Fuego and Blannco, the new album, El Batismo. Definitely go out and support it. It's out there now physically, and you can go all these streaming sites and go purchase it. Well,
yes, sir. Go.
again, appreciate bringing the Latin culture the way you did on the album, and continuously continue to do that part. It needs to be heard that way.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. We'll
Appreciate
do.
that, man.
We'll
And
do.
everyone tapping in right now, checking us out and things like that. We really appreciate it, everyone.
Appreciate y'all, man, for real.
Absolutely, definitely. Floor is yours. Give you shout outs, let everyone know where they can support it, and as well as reach out to the both of you.
Go ahead, Blannco.
All right, y'all go get that new About T-Smo. It's out on all DSPs. I want to shout out the whole family. You know what I mean? Shout out News Entertainment. Shout out Pharaoh Music Group. You know what I mean? That's that Box Apple. Shout out everybody just working. You know what I mean? Just trying to get it. And I love y'all. Peace.
Yeah, I want to shout out Feral Music Group and News. I want to shout out Fredo 180. He did the mix
Right
with
on, Eddie. Yo, I bet.
Really appreciate what he does. He's been in the game for many years. He's mixed for big time artists and other styles. And yeah, man, he made the album sound great, man. So shouts to Fredo 180.
Yeah, did that, man, for
Legend.
real.
Washington Heights legend.
Yeah.
Everyone tapping in right now. Shouts to them. Thanks for checking us out. I know it's a style that's a little different that people don't really know about, but yeah, I'm glad people are responding to the album and things like that. Shouts to everyone uptown and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely some cruising music too. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah, that last track, for some reason, I was in the whip the other day, and I was listening to it, and I was like, wow, this is kind of like some riding music. For my style, for someone else, it might not be, but for me personally, I thought it was like some, cruising and shit like that.
Yep.
You got to marinate with it a little more, and then you really start under feeling it like Fuego would come like, yo, I was listening to this like all night and shit. This one, I'm like, oh, now you like that one and shit. You like,
yeah, and switches, man. You might like
switches up and shit on you and shit. And that's what's been happening with me this whole fucking process and shit. Like, they all my favorites and shit. It's just that type of album. It's fun. I have fun doing it. We gonna keep doing it.
There you go. Definitely.
No question.
And we will definitely look forward to the two of you coming back in, speaking on any future projects that y'all have coming out.
Yes, sir.
And catch me soon. I'm dropping the Cotton Club, so check me out soon and shit like that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. On behalf of our HHDG media crew, we're gonna say peace.
Peace, Ian.
Peace, man. Love y'all.
Love, much love.